Hey there, Daphne Cogdell here with Modern Money Mamas, and we're going to be talking about equity. One of the things when you're investing, the Modern Money Mamas is going to be all about investing for women because women have a very hard time having the confidence to do the investing that men seem to have, although over the long haul, women are better investors. So I wanted to tell you a few things or explain to you or help you understand a few things about investing that women need to know that men already know. One is you're looking for leverage. Do you get more control over the least amount of money? That would be, for instance, in real estate, you put a down payment on and you put maybe $20,000 down, but you can manage or have control over $100,000 asset. So that's called leverage. You wouldn't want to write $100,000 check or a $200,000 check, more than likely, because you could buy other things. You could leverage other wealth with that same $100,000 or $200,000. So it's called leverage. Women seem to want to live in a paid-for house, and there are gurus out there who say that living in a paid-for house is a very important thing to do, but it's not necessarily a good way to leverage your own money, because remember, cash is king. Another thing is that when you go into a business, when you're working, spending your time, your employer is leveraging your efforts. So they're making money from what you're doing. And so we get an income, but they get so much more of an income. So they're leveraging our efforts. So it's more important to have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of one person's efforts, because remember, when that one person doesn't show up to work, nothing gets done. So when you're looking for business, when you want to go into business, my dad used to always say you wanted to have equity. So equity is you have ownership. If you buy a house, you have equity. You pay down on it. Part of it belongs to you. So when you sell it, part of what you've paid comes back to you. If you're renting a house or renting an apartment, and sometimes that's the best way to do it because home ownership is expensive. Um, it, it keeps you tied down. It gives you roots, of course, but it also keeps you tied down. You can't just move out, give a 30-day notice and move out. But when you're paying rent, you aren't building up equity. You're only paying for the convenience of living there. And when you have a business, when you're giving your efforts into a business, you want to have equity in that business. So my advice to you is that when you choose a business not to go into or an investment to make, be sure that you have ownership. And certainly there are times when we want to spend our time just earning or spending, it's a means to an end. But at the end of the day, you want to have equity in the business you're working in. That means you own part of the business. I hope that was helpful to you, and I'll be doing more videos, Facebook Lives on this Modern Money Mamas to kind of help us move from being fearful of investing to going ahead and getting out there and doing it and having ownership of our own futures so we can have more to share. That's just all there is to it. Have more to share. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.